Hey everyone, welcome to Making It with Molia. Today I'll show you guys how easy it is to make a reusable stencil using HTV when you're screen printing. Alright, so first we're going to remove the screen spline from our frame. That way we can easily add our HTV. Here is a list of all the items that I'll be using in today's video. I will also include each of their link in the description below. Check that out later if you're interested. When applying your HTV to your mat, make sure to apply it shiny side down or transfer sheet side down. Alrighty, let's open Cricut Design Space. I already have my stencil ready to cut. However, before you cut yours, make sure you weld it before cutting. Also, you do not need to mirror your stencil. When weeding, only remove the design aspect of your stencil. I'm trimming my stencil down just a little bit. I just want to make sure that it fits well onto my screen. Alright, so I put thermal tape on the corners of my stencil to ensure that it doesn't move off from the screen when I place it into the heat press. I have my heat press set to 310 degrees Fahrenheit. I'm also using Teflon sheets below and above my stencil to ensure there are no damages to the stencil and also to the heat press. I press for about 20 seconds for the first time, and then I go again for a second time for about 10 to 15 seconds to make sure everything is nice and smooth. This thermal tape that I got from Amazon is great. It did not leave any residue on the screen after I put it in the heat press. Alright, so now it's time to put the screen onto the frame. I am using thumbtacks to keep the screen in place when putting the screen spline back in. Also, I would suggest getting this spline roller when applying the screen spline back in. You can get it at your local hardware or DIY store. I got this at Canadian Tire. It was less expensive compared to the price on Amazon. The next step is to tape any parts of the screen where you don't want the ink to go through. I'm using regular painter's tape from Dollarama. Alright, so spoiler alert, I had to try this a few times before I got it right, so don't judge me too much. I know you're gonna judge me a little bit, it's fine, but not too much. It's my first time, so let's see how it goes with taping it this way. Here's the Speedball Squeegee, and this is the tray I got from Dollarama. I'm also using the Speedball ink for fabric. I purchased the Speedball screen printing frame and the base unit. The size is the 10-inch by 14-inch. I did remove the hinge for this because I needed space for the handles to come through to give me more space to work with. Okay, so I added a generous amount of ink onto the screen. I think I added way too much ink for my stencil. You'll see what I mean at the end. It's important to hold down your frame while applying the ink. This avoids any errors. Unfortunately, this was one of my first mistakes, and yeah, it didn't turn out well, as you'll see shortly. Now I am applying a bit of pressure while moving the ink down with my squeegee. So don't worry about any leftover ink you might have on your screen. You can simply scrape that all back into your container. Great way to save money. Alright, so I think we all expected that. Not the greatest, so let's move on to the next one. Alright, so this is my second time around. I only taped the back this time, so let's see how it turns out. Alright, so drum roll. Okay, not perfect, but almost there. Alright, so for my third attempt, I taped the front and the back around my stencil only. I didn't go all the way down, however I did give myself enough room to pass the ink over the stencil. Also, I did not apply too much ink this time. I learned my lesson. I used enough ink to cover my stencil only. There we have it, guys. Great, so the third time worked. And that's it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I truly appreciate it. I hope I was able to show you the do's and don'ts when it comes to screen printing. I think it's a great option when selling products because people don't necessarily like HTV, so having both options when selling my tote bags will hopefully be a plus for my customers. If you like my video, like and subscribe so you don't miss out on any of my new videos. If you like resin bookmarks, I also have videos on that. You can check that out on my channel page. Again, thank you so much for watching. I hope I see you guys in the next one. Bye.